Welcome to this lecture, guys, and this lecture is all about the 3-2-2 method, or dynamic creative testing part of your journey to success with your ads, or the second level of testing. This is the part where the fun really starts, because now we are going to be testing the winning elements to see if they can deliver to our own business objective, which is basically prospecting ads. And that can be lead generation, that can be purchase events, buying courses, booking webinars, etc. So now, as we watched in the previous video, we completed the initial golden bear test. We know what people want to see, we know what Meta wants to see, we know what people are clicking. So we had our concept designed first, then we create the elements for that concept, then we test it. We have a concept of proof that the elements we created people actually want to see. And now we're going to the next level of testing with the winning elements only, to see if the concept we created, the elements we created, the elements that people said they actually like to see, can actually make the people complete a full customer journey and follow our business objective. Now, we have the winning elements. We have two headlines from the previous test as we experiment with the game. We have one primary text and two creatives. So when I say the method 3-2-2, guys, is ideally we want to find three creatives, two headlines, and two primary texts when we do these tests. But that's not necessarily the rule. As I said, sometimes I test only creatives. I would chunk 15 creatives because I have the capacity to produce them. I have a team of editors, of graphic designers that work for me, so I can tell them, make me 20 videos, because I can shoot them. I'm fast at it. But sometimes you don't. So in this case, we had only two creatives that fit our element. So when I say 3-2-2, that means that equals 12 combinations. When we create a dynamic ad, we are having a combination. We have a combination of 12 elements, right? Here we have 5 elements. So if I say two creatives multiply one primary text, that's still two variations. Multiply two headlines, that's 4 ad variations. So we're going to have creative 1 with headline 1, and primary text 5, headline creative 3 with primary text 5, and headline 2. And we're going to have 4 combinations in the dynamic ad of that's going to come up with these winning elements. If they were 3-2-2, if there were 7 elements, we would have 12 combinations. So that's what the 3-2-2 method means. So what I mean is, like, if you don't want to go through the bare method and you're in a rush and you don't have, you go directly to dynamic creative testing, and then you use 3-2-2. You get 3 images. If you don't have the capacity to produce creatives, if you don't have the budget, if you think like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to help Meta deliver better results. Again, sometimes we are in rush. Sometimes I even have a client who says, listen, we decided to publish something for a webinar. The webinar is in 2 weeks. We want to like kaboom the internet with ads. Then I skip the bare and I divide all this in multiply dynamic creative ads with 12, like three creatives, 2 headlines, 2 primary text, and I run it like that because I don't have the time to validate the elements we created. So I move directly into the stage of prospecting. But again, that costs more money. So again, different occasions demand different types of action. So that being said, and I hope it's clear, is that now I have these elements and now I need to create my dynamic creative prospecting testing ad. Again, we're still in testing. And most of us guys, 99% of the time I never get out of this stage because the ads are working and I don't have to do anything else. Because when I follow this method, when you follow this method and you strike a golden ad, it works forever. Unless you have physical restriction, when like you're 15 miles radius and like you run out of people. But most of the time no. So now what we do, we go to our ads manager and we go create campaign. This time I'm going to follow the lead. I want to create leads. I'm going to continue manual lead campaign. Again, I'm not gonna go in which strategy of kind of a lead we're gonna select. I'm just gonna use for the benefit to see how do you set up these leads according these campaigns. And this is, guys, the campaign that I talk always, that you need only one campaign, and this is the only one campaign you need. And into this campaign there will be different concepts, right? And this is DCT, Dynamic Creative Test Campaign, and it's prospecting leads. So I would never have a second campaign. So we're talking Golden Bear is an entity on its own, but when I'm trying to prospecting to get a lead or get somebody to buy from me, I only have one campaign only. Remember the Power 5, one campaign blueprint, this is it. I never need to use another one unless I have a lot of money to spend, and that's where these other two levels of future scaling come into the place, which I'm not going to talk about right now. That's very advanced, and most people never need to come here. Even if they spend $1 million, they never need to come into this stage. So get back to the ads managers. This is prospecting leads, and sometimes you can even put your offer. Learn ads. DCT stands for Dynamic Creative Testing. That's it. That's the campaign. Always advancing campaign budget. Let's see, I want to spend $50 a day here for this, and I go next. Now, guys, we are in the ad set level. So remember, every ad set will be individual concept that you tested. So this time I tested the concept of Learn Ads Concept 1. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to come here and do the following: DCT, Dynamic Creative Test, Learn Ads Concept 1. Now, conversion, what I'm looking for conversions on my website. Let's keep it, let's say we're a landing page, because if it's an instant, or it can be an instant form, it doesn't matter. Again, I'm focusing now here how to set up the ad rather than what your strategy and goal and objective is. So let's say we're going to use ad. You want maximum value of maximum number of conversions. Alright, that's done. And here is the goal. You have to select Dynamic Creative. When you select Dynamic Creative, your ad level and ad set level become one. You don't have multiple ads like in the Golden Bear. But again, Golden Bear is a different universe, so they don't, right? Don't compare them. So now when the Dynamic Creative, they said I'm going to create a dynamic ad. So the brand awareness Bear ads were not dynamic ads. They were individual elements that we tried to test to see which winning elements to put into a dynamic. So we had testing before the testing, because that's what the smart people do. Now, from there, we are going to select here what we want. We select our location, beneficiary again. This appears if you select European countries, guys, just to know. This is always changing. There will be new stuff all the time. We have, again, remember, location, age, and gender. Nothing else. Don't touch anything else. Always leave Advantage Plus placements. Don't touch anything else. And now we go on the ad set. On the ad level, I'm just going to copy the name on the ad set, and I always keep it the same name, so I know it's the same, because it's going to appear only as one ad in the ads manager. You select the right Facebook page, you select the right Instagram account, manual upload, and now we go to create the ad. So now what do? I go back here and say, what is my winning creatives? It was Creative 2 and Creative 3. Alrighty then. I come here, select images, I select Creative 2 and Creative 3. Then I go back and I say, cool, what was my winning headlines? My winning headline was headline 2. I go back here, where is headline 2? Add another headline. And the other headline then one was headline 4. I get headline 4. I'm going to add it here. Boom. And then I want to add the primary text, and I have only one winner, and that was primary text number 5. I'm gonna get that bad boy and put it into my primary text. Now add preview, and here it is. Let me just see what I'm missing here. Probably I'm missing, yeah, I need to add the URL. Boom. As soon as I put the URL, and boom, guys, here is how the 322, in this case is not 322 but the dynamic creative ad looks like with the willing elements. I have the two headlines, I have the images, and I have the primary text, right? Now I have the link where these are leads, or if it's a call or WhatsApp, wherever the strategy for your business objective was, and you publish your dynamic creative testing ad. This is the stage when you understand if the elements that the people wanted and Meta was happy with, that you've created, are going to actually deliver on your business objective. And if they do, then you read the data, you learn, you create more concepts, you iterate, and this is the only strategy that really works, and it never dies, and it cannot be affected by any update on the algorithm or Meta or whatever they do, because remember, your starting point of the way of thinking was, how do I serve the people, how do I help Meta satisfy their customers? So you will never be affected by any hack and trick that's removed from the Meta platforms, and that is a very good way of thinking, because first you respect Meta as your equal business partner, and secondly you're looking for results only when people are happy. So people do not report your ads as abusive, people do not report your ads as repetitive. Meta doesn't shut down your account. You know how many people lose their accounts without knowing why? And because they don't care about what they're actually spending money on. They don't care that they create ads that create negative experience from the people. Remember, most of the people are going to have negative experience with your ad. Our job is to put that to bare minimum, because you have an advertising score that you need to take care of, so you can pay less for your ads. And now, like this, you have a better, much higher rate of success with your ads and with your elements and your creative testing, because this is how the pros are really doing it. Don't do video views and all that crap. Run the ads, target the ads, as you watch in the previous section. How do you make ads? Why do you make the ads this way? You know, this is how you validate what you made. Is it actually working? And it doesn't matter if this dynamic creative world or second stage of testing is generation or is it purchase event. It doesn't matter. It is the same process. We call it concept of proof. What concept of proof do you have to put these ads into prospecting? How do you know they're going to perform well? Well, because I ran previously a positive brand experience ad, and I saw that actually people like to click this. Then I decided to try it as a prospecting ad. That's a pretty damn good answer if somebody asks you, why do you think this ad should work? Because guys, you might run a golden bear test and you don't get any winners, which means it's a crap concept. So I hope this makes sense. It helps. So ask questions, guys, and I can't wait to see you in the next lecture.